Uh, Hello students, welcome to Physics Wala. And I think in the last class I have already started, some of the introductory aspects of zoology, right? So నేను జువాలజీ డీల్ చేస్తాను. I will take zoology classes, class 11, 12 and dropper. Dropper is nothing but long term. Okay. So in this context, as I told, zoology, ZOOLOGY, zoology. So zoology, of course, is a part of biology. It's a part of biology. So biology lo zoology oka part, another part is botany. Already I told in the last class. Now here I am going to explain some of the concepts of zoology. ZOO, zoo. Zoo means animal. Zoos means animals. Logos means knowledge or study. Okay, knowledge anachu, or you can call it as study. You can call it as study. Study of animals is nothing but the zoology. So there are different types of animals which comes under the animal kingdom. Animal kingdom. Animal kingdom. Okay. So in the animal kingdom there are different types of animals. What are those different types of animals? Different types of animals which belongs to different phyla, plural. You can call it as a plural, phyla or phylums. Phylum singular. Phylum singular. Phyla plural, phylum singular. Okay. Phyla plural, phylum singular. There are different phyla. What do you mean by this phylum? In fact, phylum is nothing but group unquote. Simple. In simple terms, I want to tell phylum is nothing but group. Different groups of animals are kept under this animal kingdom. Simply, I will use the word phylum. Phylum is nothing but the group. Different groups are kept under this animal kingdom. Actually, phylum is not a group. There is a different definition for it. I will explain later. Now, for your understanding, just think phylum is a group. Okay. There are different phyla kept under animal kingdom. Different phyla kept under animal kingdom. In that first phylum, I will introduce some phyla today. Phylum. The first phylum is Porifera. Porifera. This is the first phylum. What is this Porifera? What is Porifera? Porifera means, HOLE. Whole. Fera means bearing or having. Bearing or having. PORA. Pori means whole. HOLE, not WHOLE. Whole. Whole bearing animals are kept under this phylum Porifera. For example, imagine this as the sponge. Okay, ఇలా ఉంటుందండి animal. If something appears like this, if you see the original animal, the original animals are present in the water, they will appear like this. They will appear like this. So this is the animal, how it will appear. So this phylum contains number of small holes on the body. Number of small holes are present on the body like this. Number of small holes are present on the body like this. Okay. And this hole, what is this? This is nothing but the pore. This is nothing but the pore. Porifera means hole bearing animals. Hole bearing animals. Hole bearing animals are called porifera. Right? So here there number of small openings are present. and there is a large opening present here. Number of small openings. Animal lives in the water. Water enters into the body like this, and water goes out from the body like that. Okay, number of small holes are present on the body. Number of small holes are present on the body like this. Water enters into the body and water goes out from the body like this. Water enters into the body and water goes out the body. This is an animal. In fact, this is called the sponge. As I told, in aquatic environment, in ocean environment, it appears like this. In ocean environment, it appears like this. Okay. ఎలా ఉంటాయి అసలు యానిమల్స్ చూడడానికి లెట్ మీ షో యూ ఒరిజినల్ యానిమల్స్ కూడా చూపించవచ్చు. ఐ విల్ షో యూ. బట్ all these organisms, actually these are called sponges. SPONGES, sponges. Sponges అంటారు వీళ్ళని. And all these sponges are kept under this phylum Porifera. My dear friends, what I am discussing now, in zoology there are different types of animals are there. Different types of animals are kept under one kingdom. What is that kingdom? Means animal kingdom. Different types of animals are kept under animal kingdom. Different types of phyla or phylums. Different types of animals. Phyla is nothing but group. Different groups of animals are kept under the animal kingdom, and this is one group. The first phylum is phylum Porifera. That is the first phylum, and similarly there will be a next phylum, second phylum, phylum Coelenterata, Coelenterata, Coelenterata. This is the second phylum. What is this Coelenterata? Let me write here. Coelen means space. Enteron means intestine. Eta means bearing or having. Coelen means space, enteron means intestine, eta means having. So space having animals. I mean to say, in the intestine there is a space present in these animals. There is a space present in the intestine of animals. See, do we have space in the intestine or not? Manaki space untunda undada? Do you think space is not there inside the body, or space is present? Do we have space inside the stomach? Do we have the space outside the stomach? Do we have space inside the brain? Do we have space outside the brain? Space is very important, my dear friends. What is the advantage of that space? I will tell. So in the intestine, space is present in these animals. Those organisms are called coelenterate. Another name is also there for the Coelenterata. What is another name? Another name is also called Cnidaria. Cnidaria. This the phylum. This phylum is called Cnidaria. Cnidaria. C silent. We shouldn't pronounce the C. Here you have to pronounce the C, but here you shouldn't. This is Coelenterata. This is Cnidaria, not Cnidaria. No, it's wrong. We have to call it as Cnidaria. What is this Cnidaria? Cnidaria means those organisms which have cnidocytes. 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 The C silent once again. You shouldn't pronounce this word. Cnidocytes. Cnidaria. The cells, those organisms which have cnidocytes are kept under Cnidaria. What is this cnidocyte? Let me show you one cnidocyte, my dear friend. Cnidocyte. I will show you one cnidocyte. See, this is the cnidocyte, right? It's something appears like a pot, and inside of which there is a thread-like structure present. There is a thread-like structure coiled inside. Okay, and there is a spine present here also. This is one cnidocyte. This is cnidocyte. Actually this is present in the animal. When the animal wants to take food, when the animal wants to kill any other animal, you know what happens? The thread which is present inside, this thread will comes out like this. And here there is a chance of having spines also. And inside the animal, here poison is present, and poison will comes out. something like snake. You know, if the snake bites, what happens? You know, poison will emit. Like that here, poison will come out. So nidocytes are poisonous cells. What are nidocytes? Nidocytes are poisonous cells which are present in the animal. Where this nidocyte is present? Inside the animal. How the animal will appear? Okay, let me show you one animal. Imagine this is one animal. ఇలా ఉంటుందండి. This is just one animal, and see, this is the nidocyte, right? See, I will show the nidocyte in blue color. Here I have represented the nidocyte in blue color. So I will take the same blue color. See here, blue color cells. Number of blue color cells are present like this. Number of blue color cells are present. Number of blue color cells are present. Okay, like each blue color cell is like this. So just I have taken one blue color dot and I represented it here. What is this? This is nidocyte. Where these nidocytes are present? Nidocytes are present in the animal. This is one animal, my dear friend. This is one animal. And what is the name of this animal? Let us call this as Hydra. 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 So in the Hydra, you can see long thread-like structures. The thread-like structures are called tentacles. Tentacles. These are called tentacles. 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 This is Hydra, where number of tentacles are present. Over the tentacles, you know, these cells are present. These cells are called nidocytes. These are poisonous cells. Nidocytes, which are nothing but poisonous cells. Okay. And like that, number of animals are present. In those animals where these poisonous cells are present, all those groups of organisms having these poisonous cells are kept under this phylum Coelenterata, which is also called Cnidaria. Let me show you another animal here. Imagine here, this is one animal, one more animal here also. I know something, it's also like Hydra, but it is somewhat broader. It is somewhat narrow, cylindrical, and this is broad. And this is one animal which appears like this. I will show you another animal. You know, like this. There is another animal like this. Like this. Like that, number of animals are present. See how much beautiful it will be. In fact, to see it is really, it will be very, very beautiful. Like this. See, this is animal. This is not a plant or a tree. This is one animal. And the name of this animal I will write here. Gorgonia. Gorgonia. The name of this animal is Gorgonia, which is commonly called sea fan. Seafan. Fan. Something like a fan. Sea fan. Okay. See, this name is something new to you, right? So if you are observing any new name, you know, feel happy. Why? Because you learn a different name today. Okay, it's a technical word, so definitely it will be new only. Koncham different ga untadi. No problem. Try to remember the name. As you are listening this word for the first time, it may be difficult for you. But gradually, if you use this word for 5 times or 10 times or 20 times, no difficulty will be there. You won't get any difficulty also. Okay. Gorgonia, which is commonly called sea fan. This word is new for you today, but not tomorrow. Tomorrow this word will become favorite for you. Understand the point? So this is Gorgonia, which is commonly called sea fan. Here also poisonous cells are present. So poisonous cells, wherever the poisonous cells are present, those poisonous cells having, what are those poisonous cells? Nidocytes, CNIDO, nidocytes. And if nidocytes are present, we kept under one group. What is it? Cnidaria, CNIDRA. It is called Cnidaria. So if poisonous cells are, the poisonous cells are called nidocytes, and those poisonous cells are kept under one group called Cnidaria. That's it. Okay, this is the group. This is one group. Cnidaria is one group. So this is the second phylum, Coelenterata, which is also called Cnidaria. This is second phylum. And let me tell you the third phylum. I will take the third phylum here. The phylum Ctenophora, Ctenophora. Ctenophora. What is this Ctenophora? C silent, you shouldn't pronounce the word C here, right? So like that in English, we have to pronounce some alphabets, we shouldn't pronounce some alphabets. Ctenophora, let me show you how the animal will be there. I will take this color. Imagine something like a ball, circular ball, more or less. It's exactly, it won't be in circular, but just to explain you, I am taking this as like this. Is a circular, more or less circular, not exactly circular as I told. Okay, and how the remaining structure will be there. Like this. We can see some plates. These are some plates. These are some plates. Okay, these are some plates. Here two openings are also present. A long tentacle. This is how the animal will appear. Very different. Something like a football, right? So this animal, these are called CWALNUTS. These are called sea walnut. You know walnuts, dry fruits. You will eat walnut, right? Something appears like this. So it also something appears. Some animals are with different shapes. Some animals are even like this, also having the tentacles like this. Okay, so it's appears something like a walnut. So these are also called sea walnuts. And all those organisms having this shape, this appearance are kept under this group Ctenophora. Okay, and one of the beautiful feature here, bioluminescence, BIOLUMINESCENCE. Bioluminescence. What is this bioluminescence? Bio means life. Lumen means light. Lumen means light. Emissions means production. Emission. Bioluminescence. Emissions means production. So what is this bioluminescence? Bioluminescence is nothing but emission of light by the living organism. Very interesting. Some animals suddenly they will emit the light. Just imagine this animal lives in water, my dear friend. This animal also lives in water. This animal also lives in water. And this animal also lives in water. All these are aquatic. Okay, ocean. And now this animal lives in water. Imagine here, one ball-like structure is floating like this in the ocean. It is floating like this. Suddenly, the small fish or large fish will come to eat this fish. This one. Imagine one large fish is there or small fish is there, whatever you call. Imagine this is a fish which came to eat this one. It appears like fish, right? So now imagine this fish. Now what is its target? Its target is to eat this fish. Is to eat this sea walnut. But suddenly, the sea walnut, what it will do? Suddenly it emits the light. Okay. And that sudden emission of light is called bioluminescence. Suddenly it emits the light. It suddenly emits the light, that is called bioluminescence. Okay. 1 minute.
Hello.
Hello everyone, it's Gautam and good afternoon all. So I'm taking continuation of class of yesterday. There was some internal meetings were happening, so that's why I'm continuing the class here. So in last class, what we have discussed is about the cell theory we have completed, and eukaryotic cell also. An overview of the cell we have completed, and especially in eukaryotic cell we have discussed the size and shape of the cells, different size and shape of the cells we have discussed. So that is like RBC cells, which is having a diameter of 7 micrometer, and we have discussed the different sizes of the cells. Their smallest cell, that is mycoplasma, which is having around 0.3 micrometer, but there is some other measurements also you can see, like 0.1 micrometer as an average size there. So that is also considered. So it is the smallest living cell we call it as. And if you check the virus, 0.02 to 0.2 micrometer it will be. And if you see the longest cell, it is a nerve cell or neuron. If you see largest cell, it is an ostrich egg, which is a ostrich isolated egg cell we call it as. It is the largest isolated cell. And we have seen different shapes also, that is some are in biconcave shape, some are in amoeboid shape, and some are in columnar epithelial cells. Their long and narrow shapes are there. If you see the nerve cell, long and branched. If you see the mesophyll cells, round and oval shape. So all these different shape of cells we have discussed in last class. So continuation of that, that is next we are going to discuss is prokaryotic cell. So here prokaryotic cell in the sense, before that we'll discuss what is prokaryotic organisms and eukaryotic organisms. It means, or what is prokaryotes or what is eukaryotes, we will be discussing now. So that is, so prokaryotic organisms and eukaryotic organisms. So you might have heard these terms before. So here prokaryotic organisms in the sense, pro means primitive. Here pro means primitive, and carrion in the sense nucleus. It is primitive nucleus we call it as primitive nucleus in the sense which is not well defined. So not well defined nucleus is present. But if you see eukaryotic organisms here, these are having a true nucleus. U in the sense true, carrion in the sense nucleus. So it is nothing but these are having well defined nucleus. So here well defined nucleus in the sense, it will be the genetic material which is present in there. it will be enveloped with a proper nuclear membrane. See, let me draw an eukaryotic cell here. So it is an eukaryotic cell, and the genetic material will be there inside this, residing there, but it will be enveloped with a proper double membrane structure. Nucleus will be there. So well defined nucleus will be there. Within that, the genetic material will be there. So that is in case of eukaryotic organisms. If you see prokaryotic cells, not well defined nucleus, the genetic material is naked. Genetic material in the sense DNA, genetic material is naked here. Means without any dress or without any nuclear membrane, it will be laid in the cytoplasm. So, but even though if it is laid in the cytoplasm, it is not scattered. Scattered in the sense somewhere it will not move like this. It will be fixed at one position where it will be sticked with some proteins, associated with some proteins, and make a proper structure. It will be present at one place there in case of prokaryotic cells or prokaryotic organisms. And another important point here is, so add on to this, genetic material is enveloped with a nuclear membrane. So apart from this, what you see is, in case of prokaryotes, you will be seeing no membrane bound organelles. See, if you see the prokaryotic organisms, you cannot able to see nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex, or chloroplast, mitochondria. Such kind of organelles you cannot see there. But if you see here, in case of eukaryotic organisms, so they will be having membrane bound organelles. So membrane bound organelles will be present. So membrane bound organelles will be present there. And which are, like example you can take, so that is mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, and chloroplast. So it goes on. So all the organelles will be present there, where here no membrane bound organelles. But there is exception. In the last class I discussed in the, and when we are discussing about an overview of the cell, at the time I said, remember, ribosomes, they don't have any membrane there. They are membrane-less organelles. Means where there is no membrane upon the organelle, without membrane, the organelle will be there, that is ribosome. So that's why you can see the ribosome even in prokaryotic organisms also. So ribosome is it is also called as universal organelle. Means ribosomes will be present in all kind of cells, and even all cells like prokaryotic cells, eukaryotic cells, it will be there, irrespective of any organism. So all the organisms will be having ribosomes there. So there is a specificity or special thing about this ribosome is, it is a universal organelle. Ribosome is a universal organelle where it will be present in both prokaryotic cells or eukaryotic cells. So together you will be seeing there. So these are the main differences when you see prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. So you might be seeing that we are being mugged up this one for so many years. What is prokaryotic cell? What is eukaryotic cell? And all. You might be confusing somewhat. But think from this aspect. See here, prokaryotic organisms are there. So mainly very less number of examples are there in this. Mainly example for bacteria. In bacteria, all the bacteria are prokaryotes only. So all the bacterial organisms, all the bacteria are prokaryotic organisms. So that it means all this feature it will be present in bacteria. So bacteria, and there is another bacteria, that is cyanobacteria, we call it as cyanobacteria. It is also called as blue green algae. Before that, it was referred to as a algae, means they thought that due to appearance of this color, blue green color, they thought that it is a plant. Then later they got to know by studying these cellular features, then they got to know that it is a bacteria. Later they named it as cyanobacteria there. So bacteria, cyanobacteria and mycoplasma. Mycoplasma is also kind of bacteria, wall-less organism it is. They don't have any cell wall. So it is, all these are comes under prokaryotic organisms. Except these, so remaining all are there, no, like plants and animals, they will be coming here in eukaryotic. So we all are eukaryotic organisms. If you take our part of our cell and observe under microscope, you can able to see all these features like nucleus, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex. You can able to see all these cell organelles in case of eukaryotic organisms. You can take yourself as an example also. So there you will be seeing this eukaryotic organism. So these are prokaryotic organisms. I hope that you got clarity with this, between differences between eukaryotic organisms and prokaryotic organisms there. So these are the main differences there. So that is prokaryotic and eukaryotic organisms differences. So next we will be seeing prokaryotic organisms separately we will be studying now. Or the structure of prokaryotes or prokaryotic, not only organisms. So prokaryotic cell I will write here. So we are going to study about the prokaryotic cell, how the cell is and what it encompasses within the cell, what it composes within that cell. See, if you see in the last session, we discussed about eukaryotic cell. When we are discussing about an overview of the cell, we have discussed about that eukaryotic cell there. Now what we are going to discuss, it is an prokaryotic cell here. So how a prokaryotic cell will be there, that we are going to discuss in this session. See, I am drawing a membrane, a layer here. So this, within this layer, within this membrane is there, no? This everything, it is nothing but plasma or liquid. So that plasma or liquid which is present or enclosed with the membrane, we call this as cytoplasma, because cytoplasma means what? That the plasma of cell there. So plasma of the cell. So that is cytoplasm. It is completely enclosed with the membrane there. So this membrane, so this one we call this as a plasma membrane. Or cell membrane. So it is a plasma membrane or cell membrane. And everything whatever seeing within this is what? Cytoplasm. Cytoplasm. In case of bacteria, you will be seeing another layer upon this, that is cell wall. So another layer will be there, which will be a cell wall there. So there will be another layer, that is cell wall. And upon this cell wall, there will be another layer. Upon this cell wall, see what I am, see the pink color line here is the first which I drawn here. This yellow color line is plasma membrane. So next to that pink color line is there, no? That is cell wall. that is cell wall, and next to that what you are seeing, next to that blue color line is there, no, the outer envelope, that is nothing but it is a glycocalyx layer. So now don't worry about this envelopes. I will discuss that separately in the next slide as a taking as a cell envelope. Means what are these three layers and what is the function of it, what is the composition of it, what it is made up of. So that I will be discussing in the next slide. So in this slide only we will be observing what are the prokaryotic cell and what it composes of. So that we are going to discuss in this now. See, it is prokaryotic cell and inside of this it is completely cytoplasm. Inside of this it is a completely cytoplasm. And there inside of this you will be able to see the genetic material which will be laid like this. This is the genetic material. So which is the genetic material here. And which is fixed at one position, that is the main genetic material, main DNA of this bacteria. So it is this, it is a single chromosome, or it is a single chromosome or main genetic material, and the location which is present is there, no? That you can call this as also nucleoid region. The location where it is present, you can also call this as a nucleoid region. And apart from this, the genetic material is there, no? Apart from this genetic material, the things which are present. So this is the main genetic material, this is the main DNA. So apart from main DNA, you will find some other small circular DNA also. So apart from this, you will find some other small circular DNAs. So that small circular DNA, we call this as plasmids. So small circular DNAs, we call this as plasmids. Plasmid in the sense, see here plasmid in the sense, these are small extra chromosomal circular DNA. Extra chromosomal means what? Understand these lines. This is already one chromosome is there in this cell. See, if you take example of eukaryotic cell, there will be some DNA will be there within the nucleus. There is a DNA is there within the nucleus. So that is the main DNA. In case of bacteria, this is the main DNA, this is the chromosome there. So this is plasmid is extra chromosomal DNA, means already some DNA is there. This is extra chromosomal DNA. Plasmids are nothing but extra chromosomal DNA. It is like see, if you take iPhone or any phone there, when you take phone, the system apps will be there. So these are system apps, system installed apps. But these plasmids are there, no? These plasmids are there, no? These plasmids are extra installed softwares. This is installed software in a bacteria. So where it can converse, where it can possess the external features which is having to protect it from the bacterial any diseases and all. So it is like an extra software which protects the bacteria. This DNA is there, no? This extra chromosomal DNA, the DNA which is present here. So this, it will be processing some characters like antibiotic resistance genes. So antibiotic resistance, it will make a antibiotic resistance to this bacteria to protect from the pathogen there. Bacteria, if it is enters my body will be releasing some chemicals to fight against this bacteria. But this bacteria also has some fighting mechanism with the releasing some proteins and all. That will be synthesized from this extra chromosomal DNA, which confers some phenotypic characters, we say that. This is plasmids. and it is like an extra software in a system which can protect themselves from the malicious viruses there. Okay, so it is about plasmids, and this outer envelope is there, no? This it will be, so this outer envelope is there, no? If you see the outer envelope, the cell membrane, which is yellow color line, the cell membrane is extended outwardly like this to make the extension of this cell membrane. We call this as a flagella. Cell membrane is extended, not from the cell wall or anything. So here, this is cell wall, and this one is glycocalyx. So this external extension of the cell membrane, we call this as a flagella. This flagella is used for it is used for motility, movement of bacteria. That flagella will be moving like this by using that flagella. It will be showing movements there, moving from one place to another. So it will be used as a motility organ for bacteria there. And other than this, there are some infoldings also, infoldings of this cell membrane. So this cell membrane is there, no? This infoldings, it will make some so this infoldings, it will create a small circular like structure. These are vesicles. The infolding of cell membrane, it makes like this, that is tubule. The infolding of this membrane, which makes the increase in surface area, that is these are lamellae. Okay, so these are the three different structures where we will be seeing as mesosomes. So they will not be presented together at one place, they will be present, like they will be distributed in different locations. So this these are mesosomes, 1, 2, 3, that is tubule, vesicles and lamella. These are mesosomes. That also we will discuss in upcoming sessions. So there are separate topics on this. Again, I will revise about these things. Don't worry about that. Too many things learning at a time. There are many words which you might be hearing many first time. So don't get confused about this one. So I will be keep on recalling these things, and whenever I am connecting the topics with related to this, I will make relation to that where you can connect. So don't worry about what he is teaching and this much and all. These are complex things and all. So if you got the proper material, so there you can see there these words and all. So in the next session, we will be discussing properly about this cell envelope, plasmid, mesosomes. This is like an overview of prokaryotic cell. It is an overview of a prokaryotic cell. We are not discussing what are mesosomes, what are plasmid, what are cell envelope and all. So that will be studied in a different subheadings. But what we are discussing is just it is an overview of the prokaryotic cell. So, and along with this, even you will be able to find ribosomes which are attached to this cell membrane. So you can see ribosomes also here. So these are ribosomes, because ribosomes are universal organelles, no, where they don't have any membrane. So even though it is a prokaryotic cell, so prokaryotic cell doesn't have any membrane bound organelles, but it is a membrane less organelle. That's why it is existing even in prokaryotic cell also. So it is about an overview of the prokaryotic cell. And when we are discussing there prokaryotic organisms, when we are discussing prokaryotic organisms, so I said mainly bacteria will be there. Mainly bacteria are the members which you see, like all the bacteria are prokaryotic organisms. And if you see here, bacteria, they differ in their shape will be different. Some bacteria are circular in shape like this, spherical in shape. and some bacteria are comma shaped like this, and some bacteria are rod shaped like this, some bacteria are spiral shaped like this. So the bacterial shapes may different. So according to this, the bacteria which is having spherical shape or circular shape, that bacteria we call this as coccus or cocci. The bacteria which is having spherical shape. The bacteria which is having comma shape, that we call this bacteria as Vibrio. The bacteria which is having rod shape, that I will call this as Bacillus bacteria. Bacillus bacteria. If I am calling this the spiral shaped bacteria is there, no, that we call this bacterial shape as a spirulum. So there are 4 different types are there based on shapes. So based on shape, 4 different type of bacteria you will be seeing in general. Like if you see under microscope, you will be getting these kind of shapes there. So the bacteria which is having circle shape or spherical shape, that we call it as coccus bacteria or cocci bacteria, or the bacteria which is having comma shape, that we are calling it as Vibrio bacteria. The bacteria which is having rod shape, we are calling it as Bacillus bacteria. The bacteria which are having spiral shape, that we are calling it as Spirulum bacteria. Okay, so now you understand this one. Based on shapes also, there are some bacteria names are there. See, you might be heard about this one. What is the causative organism, pathogen of cholera? Cholera disease, how it spreads, from where it is, which is the causative organism in cholera? So cholera is spread, cholera is caused by Vibrio cholerae. The bacteria name is Vibrio cholerae. That Vibrio is taken from this here. That bacteria is of Vibrio, like comma shape. So there are many are like Streptococcus pneumonia is there. Streptococcus means which causes pneumonia disease. That bacteria is of spherical shape, circular shape, like that. So the bacterial shapes also differed. There are 4 shapes we are seeing. This is 1, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. There are 4 shapes of bacteria. Based on that, these are the 4 different shapes of bacteria we will be seeing. And okay, it is about today's class which is related. What we have learned is, one is an overview of the prokaryotic cell. So it is what we have learned. It is an overview of the prokaryotic cell. So what are the things present in prokaryotic cell? So what are the parts present in prokaryotic cell? We have discussed it. And another thing what we have discussed is, that is shapes of bacteria. Different shapes and their names we have discussed here. And the differences between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell, or prokaryotic organisms or eukaryotic organisms, we have seen differences between these two also. So far what we have learned in today's class is the difference between prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell, and structure of prokaryotic cell, that is an overview of prokaryotic cell. And we have discussed lastly that it is different shapes of bacteria, that is under prokaryotic cells only. So we have discussed it so far. So continuation of this will continue in the next class. So we'll discuss some question answer related to that. So if you have any questions, you just comment down in this video section, so that I will watch that later and I will get back that answers in the next class. So if you have any questions regarding this, you can ask me that in comment section, so that I can clarify the doubts in next sessions. I will be clarifying about that. Okay, so thank you. We'll end up this session. I hope you enjoyed this session. Okay, thank you.